think you talked one time, maybe it wasn't the last time these guys talked with you about BKT or the BTK, and about how he went seemingly dormant for a long time, and how difficult it probably was for him. Can you give us a ballpark of like the longest you were able to go between things? I mean, is it months, years? When you were active, at least.
Well, I could go for more than a year, but not. It really depends what you qualify, but. Like guns were always a big hobby for me, and explosives and stuff. So
explosives? Did you make bombs?
Nothing too exciting, but yeah, I mean, I would tinker around. I'm mostly just designing stuff. I never.
Say, where do you go to blow that up? They don't do that in the backyard.
There's lots of places in the Bay to do stuff.
Well, maybe in the Bay. They go out to the valley, I guess.
Yeah. No, I I gave most of my bomb making stuff away before I came up here.
Is it black powder based stuff, or did you get into
no,
more
mostly black powder.
And when you messed around with that stuff, were you using it in conjunction with some type of crime, or were you just...
Sometimes, but not usually. I discovered power tools a lot more effective than explosives. And a lot quieter.
Were you breaching with explosives?
Yeah, a couple times. I started doing that when I was like 14. The first time first time I blew a lock with a pipe bomb, I was about 14.
Like to a shed or a garage or something?
No, it was a Forest Service gate, I think.
So this is when you were out in Colville then. That's where you would have been living at the time. Was it hard not to get caught doing that stuff, given you didn't have any transportation to get away? I mean, you must have been doing it nearby.
I had a motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
I had a couple motorcycles. No, but the other stuff, before I got my motorcycle, I would just, be walking around in the woods. I would hike for miles. And, I knew every inch of that area. So
were the Colville cops, I don't know if it was Tribal PD where you were at or if it was Sheriff's Office, but did they know you based on some of your troubles or not?
No.
No.
No, they... It seems like there was a break-in or something at one of our neighbors' houses that I didn't have anything to do with, and they came and talked to me, and then there was a civil case where a neighbor complained that I was shooting at her dogs, and she took us to court. And but I don't think that wasn't criminal. I never got arrested for it or anything.
Were you?
Yeah, but come on.
They were on your property? They were pit bulls?
Yeah, they were pit bulls. They weren't nice dogs. It's self-defense.
And so going back to like time between things, I mean, I guess my perspective would be criminal activity, not necessarily, how long could you go or how long had you gone in between feeling like you had to sort of do something to get that rush that you've talked about in some of the other interviews.
Well, like I say, if you count weapons, illegal weapons, I've always had them around and had access.
But you talked about bank robberies, kind of did it the same thing for you.
It's not right.
Sometimes breaking into a house could do it.
Adrenaline rush type crime.
How about just victims? Like, how long could you go between victims?
Well, I went a long time when I was in the Army. It was 3, 4 years.
piqued my curiosity, power tools. I know we've talked about, I think, one before.
The drill,
The drill.
the hand drill
Oh, that little portable
Yeah.
screwdriver.
that you had in Texas with the
Right.
drill bit in it.
No.
What kind of power tools are you talking about?
I'm gonna get one of those DeWalt 6-piece sets with the 18-volt batteries. An angle grinder with a high-speed cutoff wheel will cut through pretty much every single high-security padlock there is. Doesn't matter what kind it is. I could cut through them in about 2 or 3 minutes.
So noisy, but not as noisy as a pipe bomb.
Got it.
Well, yeah, I guess they're noisy, but throw a blanket over yourself and so nobody sees the sparks.
Theoretically,
Was that
right?
pre-Army or post-Army? Sounds like post.
Right. No, I didn't have. That was in Nia Bay that they didn't even come out with a lot of those tools until
Right.
I was in
That's
Nia
what I
Bay.
was
It's
thinking,
just been
so.
the last 10 years that they've really become good enough to do that kind of thing with.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you got to have a generator and plug it in and all that
Right.
defeats the purpose.